This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fraught by water, bunkering that's being changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
Now to the 10th hole. Frank, nothing spectacular to this point in the first round. What does the player need to do just to kind of generate some momentum?
I actually think they're playing all right, Rich. It's just, you compared to the top of the leaderboard, you start to think, well, maybe they're struggling. But there's ebbs and flows in this game. At the moment, it's just sort of almost like a holding pattern. But it's time to change that. He goes after it like he is here. That's fine.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, even at major championships, a good crowd on a single day might be 20. Consider this for just a moment. At the TPC Scottsdale in 2013, round number 3 on Saturday, almost 180,000 fans jammed into that ballpark.
It's hard to imagine that's twice the gate at a Super Bowl on a golf course. Now, obviously, some of it's hidden because of the size of the acreage, but golf just doesn't get that type of crowds. It works at TPC Scottsdale. They have a crowd that keeps going back. They have the Bird's Nest, for example, that goes there. The parties that ring around there. It's an atmosphere that golf never gets anywhere else, but it really works there. The players feel it too. They breathe it. And this is 1 week of the year, just 1 week, where they do feel like superstars.
It's a mix of soft spikes and stiletto heels, the TPC Scottsdale. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good parts.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week, just a few too many pars. Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's 2 bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts of crazy things down the right. And believe, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Frank, this is an important approach shot because our featured player was really good early, a little bit shaky of late. This is a point in time where you need to get it back.
Yeah, you almost need to stop second, almost just flush it out, because at the moment you're starting to look right and left at the trouble. Let's get back to what worked. Let's start looking where we want the ball to go, where the flag is, and start going there.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. A bird to 1 under on the leaderboard. 12th hole now, looking at 192 yards, par 3.
Won't quite play that distance because that tee shot is considerably downhill. But you really have to be cognizant of the wind if it's coming off the left, because it easily brings that water into play down the right should that tee shot just start moving with the wind.
hide the flagstick from that man. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. To the par 5 13th here at TPC Scottsdale. Lots of danger left and right of this tight fairway, Frank.
This hole has really changed over the years. There used to be a split fairway. That no longer exists. That bunker you can see down the left side, which you can't carry, really defines the left side of this hole. Water still in play down the right, and big change here is the bunkering along the left, front and left side of this green. So you can't just blaze away and comfortably expect to hit 13 and 2 anymore.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Third shot, looking for a good one. Birdie try up next. For birdie. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
At the 14th now, it's a par 4.
And a dogleg left once again. The bunker on the left side's been pushed out to the fairway to really make you think whether or not you can carry that. It's a lengthy second shot because it's going to play a little bit uphill. And this green is well protected on the left side with the two bunkers.
Good contact, good result. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
Just when you thought it was going to be an average week, eagle there to vault into the top 10.
There you have it, Frank. The first round is a wrap. We saw some good golf out there.
It was certainly a fun round to watch. There's a lot of great players in this field, and this is such an exciting venue. I just can't wait to see what happens the rest of the championship.
Coverage coming your by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era.
Moving on to the 11th hole, Frank, water all along the left side, 470.
This one's weird because the tees are a little off dogleg, and you mentioned the water, it always comes into play, and there are 0 fairway bunkers. You don't need them here at 11 because really it's all about the tee shot. Find the fairway, then even though it's a long par 4, you should be able to at least attack that green safely. Miss the fairway to the right, which is the barrel outside, and your problems are just starting.
135 yards to the hole location, sitting very nicely in that fairway. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Birdie try again here today. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back 9 here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left, sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. Got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3. Surely not.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone, now it's just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side, they certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, a high ball hitter, still will get a reward at 13.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. could hear the noise from up here in our comment box after that eagle.
Now on the top.
Fourth hole packs a little punch, doesn't it?
Yeah, the addition of just a little bit more yardage, plus the bunker on the left has been pushed out into the fairway, actually makes the whole play a little bit longer than its 409. Second shot is a little bit up. No longer is there a bunker on the right side. That side of the green is actually open. But you don't really want to be trying to miss that green on the right. Should you decide to go at the flag? Oh, that's got it.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
This is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind, and you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you can't, you've got no control over.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th, but Frank, I'm wondering, as a player, is your mind beginning to think about what's ahead at that par 3 16th hole?
This is really the finishing stretch at TPC Scottsdale, where you get all these swing holes. 15 is a swing hole. 16, 17, and 18, where so many changes in the score can actually happen. But this one here is all about finding the fairway. A good drive down here will be well rewarded because you'll have a chance to reach this par 5 and 2.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, how about that eagle at this point in the tournament? So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Morrish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play.
Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down. Finish up in that. There's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but that is well on the cards.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. What a shot, setting up for an eagle here. Frank, it's one thing to jumpstart your round. This would ignite the round.
Yeah, you don't normally see two par 5s back to back, so the chances of having consecutive eagles is so rare.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. And he has it for birdie. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And of course, that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
Superb position, right in the fairway, and 200 yards to the flagstick. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Settles in over the putt. Continues to putt beautifully. Well, here we are at the 16th hole, looking at just over 160 yards. Doesn't seem all that daunting, Frank. But 160 yards with 20,000 people, horned into a little stadium in the desert, that makes it a different story.
It certainly is. This was one hole, too, where Tom Watson would send his caddy forward. He would stay back by 15. His caddy would get his yardage. Watson would simply walk on the tee. His caddy would give him the club. He would not go through his normal routine. He would simply just head away. It was one hole that he never wanted to think about. It might look simple, but it's what the player feels.
Well, you could hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
So a tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 17th hole, Frank, and this one is really set up for maximum excitement.
Well, there's two things that you really think of. How do I play this hole, and how is it going to affect the rest? This is the penultimate hole. If you make a mistake here, it'll carry over. It might cost you the tournament. But if you're a hero, it's going to carry forward to 18. This is why 17 is such a big swing hole. What a great shot.
Good contact, good result. Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle. Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5 was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to celebrate over.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Wow, I thought he made that. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. So they'll tap in. And that's in for a par. To the 18th hole now, and Frank, the original designers stepped in and they made this hole quite a bit more challenging.
Yeah, they certainly have stiffened it up. The longest hitters in the game, the Dustin Johnsons, the Bubba Watsons, the J.B. Holmes, used to take on for a little extra.
And that ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways.
I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
And that wraps up the round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament. Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it. Frank, that is position A.
It was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Getting set now over the putt. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. Well, you can rack up 5, 6, 7. We've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Will make birdie if this drops. Makes the putt for a birdie. Frank, 16 was fun. 17 is always exciting here at TPC Scottsdale.
You've got to be careful because that water that sort of goes around the left side of the green, if that ball's coming in with a little bit of hook, it's just going to keep going left. There's the one bunker you really have to focus on. That's the one in the middle of the fairway. 280 will carry that. Chances are the ball can to the green. It takes a brave man really to try and fly this ball all the way there. It's not really needed because there's always another 10 or 15 yards of run. Factor that in.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Frank, he might like this one. He might like, oh, he's going to love it, Frank. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all. Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side, but it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
This could be a good one. That will be a great look at birdie. What a big spot this is to win the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Our featured golfer making the turn. Let's pick up with the action at the 10th. Frank, nothing spectacular to this point in the first round. What does the player need to do?
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, in the end, it is a game of precision. We know that.
No,
but
it's not, Rich.
It's not.
You tell me, after a shot like that, he's not pumping his chest out. That's what people want to do. They want to hit it like that.
Precision. I love to see guys just bomb it.
Come on, everybody wants to hit it that far.
Good swing, good shot yet again. It has been a ball striking clinic today, hitting one green after the next.
Really? This is an awkward length.
That's a nice roll, and with that birdie, now 2 under par for the tournament. Frank, 440-yard par 4 11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all, and then let their game take over again.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Which has been a very good workmanlike performance. Yet another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. Frank, the par 5s here at Bay Hill so important. What's the 12th like?
570-odd yards. Tee it high, let it fly.
But this one has to be really good. Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions. Not trying to fight the wind, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other.
Well, that is a ball straight there. An approach shot. Pretty close. Well within his range. Frank, nothing like an eagle to sort of change the complexion of a player's outlook.
It's certainly going to change the number of zeros on the paycheck at the end of this week.
Moves into the top 15 after making an eagle right there. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Par 4 13, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Settles in over the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Fourteenth hole, Frank, more than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too, slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up.
Here we go. And the ball settles on the green 10 feet away.
Second shot.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
It's kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
It's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side. Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300.
This is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Its second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years, it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
Beautiful day here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida. Great weather. And Frank, how do you get off to a great start?
2-hole smoke, right bunker, just there.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
A good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Now to the par 4 11th, just a shade under 440 yards. Where are the difficulties here, Frank?
The water down the left, but the hole keeps going that way, almost in a semi-horseshoe fashion. 2 bunkers down the right, they always catch the stray tee shot. Once again, you don't have to hit driver here. You've got to get that ball in play.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Birdie try again here today. Well, who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. Now to the par 5 12th. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get a par 5 at Bay Hill, got to take advantage of it.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Played that one on the commercial side, as they say in the professional game, inside 30 feet.
Yeah, 27 feet to be precise, but to make it from there, that's asking for a bit.
That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title. Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. Shouldn't be a problem here. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Frank, as we come to the 14th, the par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
NBC Sports, in association with the PGA Long Race Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. The house that Mr. Palmer built, Bay Hill Club and Lodge, nestled in the heart of Orlando, Florida. This course plays host to one of the great tournaments on the PGA Tour schedule, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here today, bringing you all the action from today's round at Bay Hill. Frank, talk to us about the 6th hole.
I don't want to. It's too difficult.
Why not?
It's too hard. It's too difficult. John Daly made 18.
But that's not such a bad score. If you break it down, that's
Break it down for 1 hole. It
3
broke him
pars
down.
and an eagle.
long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
1992, Captain Cool, Fred Couples won by 9 shots over Gene Sowers. And with that win, Frank, Freddie became the number.
Freddie was just like sticking a key in the car. Give it a little turn, and he was off and running.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really send him backwards.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. This is so hanging in down the stretch with a par. Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7, just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of the green. Flag's above it, and then you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop.
Headed for the bunker, I think.
Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way.
Now this for birdie, came away with par in the pre. He's made. Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th, and Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit, because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course.
Boy, this one has a chance to be really good.
The 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, as we look at the approach shot here at the 8th, no doubt a player would be happy to walk out of here with a par.
Oh, no doubt about that at all. Really, you want to judge your second shot to land somewhere in the middle of this green. Don't really want to be messing with the front. If you have a little look, you'll see why.
Appears to be tracking well. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Cleans that up in the hole. Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hitter.
Nicely played shot. Yards down the turn in. What are we looking?
Green, this hole's changed a lot with equipment over the years. So long iron, even a mid iron for some people, to a very generous green. Just pitch it on the front third, and you'll be having a birdie putt here at 9. Well, there's a big green, and they can use every inch of it.
Now that is a shot that would be replayed over and over. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally a nice little draw off the tee. But the hole's quite weird because the left, and yet the green goes the other way. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Looks to be a good setup going into the green for 10. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Welcome to the King's Palace. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for EA Sports. Today, we're here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Frank, it's right in the heart of Orlando, Florida. You've played this course before. What do you need to look out for?
Ideally, you've got to hit the ball with a high, soft landing flight, which is not a shot that most amateurs have in their bag. But Florida courses, they differ from a lot of the other courses within North America. And what they lack in change of elevation, they make up in difficulty by the use of water in very firm greens.
It is a par 72 with a tough finishing stretch. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Par 4 13, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's... That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch, nerve, had it all. And he has the bottom of the barrel. Frank, now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green. So ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And he has it for birdie. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
It's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
315. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. He's made it. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there, takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front, that second shot which comes over the lake, and that's a hold your breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me mention the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. A little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He just missed the bunker. This from about 10 feet. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
As this one for par. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. You know, Tiger was born on the same day as LeBron James, December 30th. And he's had his share of slam dunks, especially on the 18th hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, he's just a perfect fit for the golf course. You'd think every now and again he fears left, but he doesn't fear left at Bay Hill. We've seen his best golf over the years, over the last 15 or so years. To win there 8 times, nobody's come close to that. Ernie Els, one of the great players in the world, has won it twice.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
To win the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just a tremendous week of golf. Friend is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Quail Hollow was originally designed by the architect George Cobb back in 1961. And Frank, it features one of the most imposing finishing stretches on tour. They call it the Green Mile.
Yeah, 16, 17, and 18. What a great test and a wonderful way to finish this golf course. It has a nice flow to it. Anytime you're in the Carolinas, all these mature trees that really define the fairways. Everything's in front of you. Some greens with certainly a lot of pace out there. You tested every club in the bag. This is a great golf course.
Here we are at the first tee on this beautiful day in Charlotte, North Carolina.
418 yards, dogleg to the right. There's some bunkering down the right there, Rich, and fairway does tilt to the right. You don't have to hit driver here. Driver, 3-wood and just a short iron, off to a good start. Nice.
Looks good. Excellent opening tee shot. That ball right in the fairway. Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green, Rich, and the ball has a tendency to kick either side of that, so just be aware.
This is a good-looking shot. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just a couple of feet. One under early in the round. Frank, this is a really fun hole, a pretty short par 3 downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
Here we go. That is classy.
Yeah, jump.
Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If you can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
And that drops for another birdie. 2 in a row to start the round. Frank, here at the third, players facing a challenging tee shot.
For a number of reasons, Rich. 1, that the hole bends to the left. 2, that the fair, and 3, the length of the second. You get rewarded down here.
Frank, going back to 1961 when this golf course was open, several different designers have put their imprint on it.
That's why there's this great collection of holes, Rich, and I think that's why when you look at this golf course in complete overview, it becomes a great driving golf course. I think you see that when you first step on the tee, plus these collection of greens. And I think that's all the meetings of the minds. There's no real flat surfaces. There's little pockets. Each green has its own identity. You put it all together and you've got this wonderful test.
The original designer, George Cobb, Arnold Palmer made a few modifications in the mid-1980s, and then Tom Fazio came in with a redesign back in '97, and then again, as the modern game exploded with distance, 2003. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
well done. Another birdie, and now 3 under par. Frank, this is a muscular par 4 here at just under 490 yards, the 4th at Quail Hollow, a difficult proposition.
It is, but fortunately that tee shot plays a little downhill. But one of the difficulties with the tee shot is the fairway kicks from right to left. So it needs a good one to keep it on the fairway, and another green that has 3 different levels. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Frank, as we look at the second shot here at the 4th, what's the best chance for a birdie?
A nice high floating second shot would be the ideal go here, Rich, just pitching slightly right of the flag. But you cannot afford to miss this green on the right.
Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, in today's modern game, hitting holes is
High up trees and just trying to find some sort of third shot. So to your point, big advantage with a good tee shot here. Up on it.
Look at the coil. Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. This one looks right on point. Just an excellent shot right there, about 5 feet away. Good chance. So a tester from 4 feet. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Starting to put the hammer down, Frank. This would be 5 in a row.
What? 5 straight?
5 straight birdies. Now how about this little move? 5 under par now. 2 straight birdies. Frank, this is where you know that players like Bubba Watson, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy are playing a different game than guys like me. They step up to this 250-yard par 3 and they might hit a 5-iron. It is a little downhill, but they might be with a middle iron where a lot of us would be with a driver.
Well, you see the advantage of that power on this very hole, not just because of the length they got to hit it, but the green they're heading into. This green slopes off in both directions, right and left, so you have to land that ball in the middle of the green. So yeah, advantage if you can go at this hole with like a...
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Birdie try up next.
I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
For par. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5-7.
And a 6 and a 7 and an 8 or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The execution, the swing is really what I'm admiring right now.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, in modern professional golf, we're seeing more and more drivable par 4s, like the 8th here at Quail Hollow, 350 yards. What do you think of this hole?
It's not a bad hole. Drivable, some might say, but the angle of the green means it's hard for that tee shot to keep on the green. But I think the reward for hitting a driver is try and sort of aim at that tree just left of the green. And the reason why is then you've got to pitch up the direction of the green. This is a really narrow green.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway.
Second shot.
Good boy. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. Extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
So just a formality here. He'll take par and move on. Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory McIlroys and the Ricky Fellas have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4.
That ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. An opportunity.
Knocking him golf is not, but that is going to hurt the course.
Good round going, -7. Another thriller from here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Rich Lerner, and for all of us here at EA Sports, so long until next time.